Ayy, so amazing. You see how they playing? LiveWire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is LiveWire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
Well, college football has been on fire today, let me tell you. Well, guys, the Pac-12 is officially dead. Yes, dead, obliterated, gone. They only got 4 teams in their conference right now, and that's Oregon State, Stanford, Washington State, and I don't even know the other team. I named 3. There's one more. Oh well, that's just how bad it is. It doesn't really matter at this point. It doesn't really matter at this point because the Pac-12 is dead. And guess what? They only have their own self to blame for that, because the fact of the matter is that if they had merged with the ACC or they had merged with the Pac-12 when the Pac-12 reached out for them, nope. But they allowed their ego to get in the way, and guess what happened? Now they holding the bag, because guess what? Oregon and Washington State has gone to the Big Ten. Arizona, Utah, and Arizona State will be in the Big 12 starting in 2024 next year. Where that leaves the other 4 teams, who knows? Stanford, Washington State, Oregon State, who knows? Who knows? Oh, and Cal. There you go. That's the other 4. So the thing about it is that it's bad. So most likely, then they try, and then the bad thing about it is that the Pac-12 tried to rush a grant of rights in to stop the teams from leaving. Now, you know good and darn well that none of these teams was not going to sign into a grant of rights to stay. Then there was so many conflicting reports, because Arizona had met last night with the Board of Regents, and then there was something with Arizona State and Utah. Utah was in, Arizona State was out. They was trying to wait for some granted rights, a proposal for the next day. That day came about. Then all this, I mean, it was just so many conflicting reports. But there's one source that I do go to. It's 2 people. I go to, on Twitter, Brett Murphy and this other guy. I can't pronounce his name. But I found a really good source on YouTube, and that's the Monty Show. So shout out to you if you're watching this video. They have been on it for the last couple of videos I have watched. And it's like, I look forward to, I used to watch Sikkim 365, but it seemed like they don't really be knowing things as well. But these guys on the Monty Show, that I'm telling you, they be on it. They be dropping videos like crazy. So, and they said it, because if you go back to last year, I think, when the Big Ten, when Warren was there, and he because when Warren was the commissioner of the Big Ten, they was in that alliance with the ACC and the Pac-12, and then something happened to where Warren went out and poached UCLA and USC there, and that right then and there started the whole situation. And then George Kliavkoff had went to the ACC and said, "Hey, okay, let's try to bring our brand together," or reach. I mean, he did reach back out to the Pac-12, the Big 12, and they turned him down because the Big 12 already had poached the AAC. So they already took 14 from over there. So guess what? it don't really matter. It don't really matter because now they got the teams that they want. They don't need you, so why would they look for you? They just sat back and watched the whole trepidation fall apart. Also, during that time, there was talks of Oregon and Washington going to the Big Ten. And it was thinking about taking 4 at the time. The Big Ten was thinking about taking all 4 of them, but they waited. During that time, that just made Oregon and Washington think about where they going to go. There's what talks about the ACC trying to bring them in. I just didn't see that happening. I just couldn't see Washington. Now, if the Pac-12 and the ACC had merged, then it probably would have worked out some form of fashion. But the Pac-12 don't have nobody to blame but themselves, because the fact of the matter is they waited too long. They selfishness. They didn't have a TV deal in place. And then guess what happened? Now they're holding the bag because all of their teams is left. Now, don't know what's going to happen to the other 4 over there, but I'm sure that these guys probably going to go to the Mountain West because that's the only saving grace that they had. Well, they can't. Do you think they're going to just want to go to the ACC? And then everybody was saying, oh, tradition, because these teams have tradition. Well, let me tell you something about tradition. It's not about that anymore. It's about the money. It's about where you could play to have the best exposure and everything like that. So that's the main thing. And the Pac-12 knew this. The Pac-12 tried to come with some shysty stuff, and technically it cost them. It cost them at the end, and nevertheless, the other teams, the other conference been rewarded. Now the trick is, what does the SEC do? We'll see. But I'm here to tell you, the Pac-12 is dead and gone. What's that song by T.I. and Justin Timberlake? Dead and gone? Yep. End of the road by Boys and Men? Yep. That's what it is. The Pac-12 had reached the end of the road, and as their conference we know it is dead and gone. So, this your boy LiveWire. Continue to like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. Anytime I drop a hardcore video, hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe button. Until then, I'll see you.